welcome to a LEGO Ideas Badlego review. Today I'm going to be looking at a couple of sets. The first one being the Exo Suit, the 7th LEGO Ideas set that's come out from formerly Kuso but now LEGO Ideas. Sets 21109. As you can see from the box, 321 pieces. Nice little cardboard solid box that we like to get with the new Kuso Ideas sets. And again, we have a nice solid, quite thick 86-page book, which kind of represents the slightly special sets, I guess, that we get with LEGO Ideas. It does have a few of the front pages made up of different languages, French and German, for example. But the instructions, obviously, it doesn't matter what language they're in. It's just beautifully presented, nice images and graphic detail on the set. One of the criticisms of the Ghostbusters set was it's quite difficult to make out the images, the colour pieces that you're supposed to be using. Now this set is all being very much grey, as you can see. So it's really important that they got that right. But there's no problems reading the instructions, knowing what I was supposed to be using, and I'll talk about the build in a bit. So I'll move the box out the way just so you can see this great build itself, but just quickly show you the back of the box with the minifigures Pete and Evie. Obviously they're named after, well, not obviously, but Pete is named after Pete Reed, the designer of this set, and Evie, I believe, is his wife or certainly his girlfriend as well. So it's nice to get a nice little homage to those two on the box itself. Retails for £30 here in the UK. So depending if you look at things like price count and all those sort of things, not a huge amount of money for two minifigures. Maybe you would expect a bit more, but you know what? This is all about the actual build itself. A lot of sets from LEGO, for me, with the license theme, certainly I buy them based on the minifigures I get. This one, it was all about the actual build itself, really get into what it can do, what it can look like, and what it's capable of doing. So we'll have a look at the build itself, the accessories, and then we'll have a look at a close-up of the Exo Suit itself and show you really what it can do. What we will do is finish up with, in honour of the space theme, I'm going to do a quick little live build of this white spaceman that's given away when you spent a certain amount in LEGO stores. This was in July, might have been June actually. So we'll build that afterwards. But let's zoom in, have a look at the minifigures and see what they can do. Okay, so before we go and have a look at the Exo Suit itself, let's go and have a look at, or have a look in a bit more detail at the figures. Unlike licensed sets, the figures weren't the main draw for me for this. It was about the build, but the figures are definitely a great feature. Now we've had black, white, red, yellow, blue spacemen throughout the years. We've had newer ones with Benny from the Lego movie and the white figure that we're going to look at in a second. But this is the first time we've had them in this green, which is kind of a nice little homage. It's another step, another part of that Lego space journey, which has kind of got a lot of heritage, especially when you read through the first part of the Exo Suit. It kind of reminisce, if you're of a certain age, if you're of my age, over 30, you kind of remember those sets fondly. So it's nice to come back to that, but have a slight change and update. The two figures, both with the air tanks on the back, with walkie-talkie here as well for whichever minifig you want, and the helmet and visor. With names as well, which is nice. Pete and Evie, Evie being the girl, and Pete, named after the designer and his significant other. As you can see, they've got the white pupils that the old space figures didn't have. They've also got a bit more detail on the faces as well. So a smile, a bit of a frowny chin, lips for Evie, as well as eyebrows as well. So single-sided faces, which is not a problem for me, but you know what? For such simple figures, they're going to be quite popular and desirable, especially in a few years to come when the LEGO Ideas sets become less available. which is why I think a few of these will be bought up by individuals just to sort of have and maybe sell on. Good old eBay in a few years. It's not really a minifigure, but we also get with this set the turtle, which is like a drone, if you like. It's used for detecting, measuring. So it looks a bit like a battle drone type thing. It looks like it's got a couple of guns on the top here. But nice use of very straightforward parts. We've got the plain grey minifig heads, which are used here as the feet of the turtle. Nothing completely remarkable about it, but it's a nice little feature. And again, the book has a bit of the story of why these space men and women are here, what they're doing, what their job is, and how the little turtle gets involved. So that's cool. We do have a nice grid piece as well, which has some 2x2 sloped dark grey bricks, and then we have a couple of these drums as well, just from the yellow round brick. So nice assortment of pieces here, which definitely aren't that common. Specifically the trans green flat tile as well, which you won't see very many other places. You look on Brickset, it tells you what sets. Sorry, on Bricklink, if you've got the set number or piece number, it tells you what other sets these pieces appear in. And this Exo Suit has a lot of unique pieces, which are fairly straightforward pieces, but not in their colour that we've got here. Cool. So they're the figures. Let's go and look at the Exo Suit, and then we'll have a look at the white figure as well. Okay, so the mech suit, the Exo Suit itself, we'll have a look at the posability, some of the pros and cons of the set. Maybe help you decide if you want to buy this or not. Just quickly, just with the set itself, you do get the orange brick separator. Maybe it would be nice to get it in that new green that we've talked about. You do get some spare pieces, a visor, some grey bits which are cool. You do get one of the trans green flat studs from that grid, but you do get a spare air tank, so kind of useful, I guess, if you break one of the other ones or you want to put it on another figure. That's entirely up to you. But let's move that out of the way and have a look at the Exo Suit. Now, it does look better with a figure inside, but I just want to sort of show you some of the close-ups and design features of this behemoth. So, two large grey feet. We've got some yellow sort of studs there just to give it a bit more pizzazz, I guess, if you like. Loads of ball joints, knee joints, and basically the legs can do pretty much anything in terms of manoeuvrability. So you can stand it sort of more upright, you can squat it down or put it to one side like that. Help if you can actually see what I'm doing. So there's loads of functionality. You just have to get it balanced with the arms as well to make it actually stand upright. So you can do loads, and the legs are pretty sturdy, to be honest. They're the best part, I think, of the set. We do have these really cool claw hands. Obviously they're designed to pick up the drums that we looked at earlier, and they're quite cool. A lot of people have, not a lot of people, a couple of people criticised the fact they've used the sort of wooden barrel designs in grey for the arms, which is different from the original LEGO Ideas design. But you know what, it kind of just makes it look more solid and stronger. I don't really have any major issues with that. Loads of detail on the top. We've got the aerials and the binoculars and guns used there for exhaust points, which are quite cool. And one of the main sort of humorous sides, I guess, it does have an exhaust vent at the bottom, obviously where the bottom of the Exo Suit would be. So make sure you wear your hazmat suits if you're near there. Now, okay, one of the things that is an issue, when building and also when playing with the Exo Suit, it doesn't last as long as perhaps a suit, or sorry, a set designed for 8 to 12 year olds or 6+ like our white suited guy over here. These arm bits are a little bit precious. They do fall off. If you're not careful, they will ping off and you have to put them back on. Similarly, some of the pieces start, like the arm for example, can start to come away from itself. I've been quite rough with this. I did loads of photos for my Instagram account, Badlego review, if you want to check that out. And I kind of was putting it in all kinds of different positions just to see what it could do. And I was having a few difficulties. But once you get used to it and you're playing with it, it's absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. Overall, that is the only thing that kind of lets it down from a Lego, is it being a kid's toy point of view, is that playability. But the design, the look, the functionality in sort of modelling terms makes up for that. Well, brilliant. That kind of proves the point. Makes up for it. Now, these little things that might pop off if you're not careful can go back on. That's literally not a problem. It's Lego. It's designed to be built and rebuilt and played around with. You know what? There's a bit of fun with that, because you're always building this toy if you're a bit too rough with it. So that's the suit itself. Let's go and have a look at the white spaceman just to see what he looks like in a second. But overall, I think this Exo Suit, great. I wish I got a couple of these. I think they might sell out. They might be that desirable that people grab loads and loads and loads of these, hold on to them maybe. I can imagine loads of mocks with these, with loads of Exo Suits all lined up, like in the trailer for the set itself. And I can see it's becoming a really, really popular set. So if I was you, if you get to a Lego shop, if you can afford it, pick one up. It's a great set. Check it out. Hi, okay, so that's the video complete. I did say I was going to build this live in the video, or complete it live in the video, the white minifigure. However, I've played around with the video, tried to make it all one big long video. It doesn't work, it's too long. YouTube says it's too long for me. So I'll post that as a separate video, so if you want to check that out, just search for exclusive white spaceman, something like that. You'll find this little set review. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the Lego Space Exo Suit review. And if I was you, go and buy it. But that's entirely up to you. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.